So, something happened the other day that got me thinking about how we talk to our children and how we respond and the nonverbal cues we send to our kids. So, I recently started working at a group home in the area for kids who are having a hard time, and I'm loving that. I used to do that professionally, haven't done it in a while, got back into it. So, something I do with these kids is that when they ask me a question at an appropriate time, in an appropriate volume, in an appropriate way, I like to respond to them with a very overly exaggerated warmth cues. For example, if they come in and say, "Hey, Melissa," I respond with something like, "Yes, ma'am." "Yes, sir," or "Yes, my dear," or "Yes, my darling." Now, not all kids love pet names. Out of the hundreds of kids I've worked with, there are a handful that are like, "Ooh, I don't like that." And so I don't do that. But with most of the kids, they absolutely love this and it gives them this little boost of positivity. So I've been back at this for a while now and I'm very, very mindful of how I interact with these children. Well, my daughter walks in the other day while I'm working at the table and she comes around the corner going, "Hey, mom." And I would usually be like, "Yeah." But instead, just out of instinct and out of practice, what I've been doing with these other kids, I was like, "Yes, ma'am." And she stopped and she looked at me and she goes, "Ooh, I liked that." And it got me thinking, why am I using all of my best communication skills and very mindful of my warmth cues to these kids at work and I'm not using them at home? It just got me thinking about how we often will kind of get really comfortable around our kids and we won't put the energy that we would in professional settings. But my goodness, if it's beneficial for these other kids who have had a hard time, like how much more beneficial would it be for my children? Now, I will say my older daughter does not like any sort of names or anything, so she wouldn't appreciate that. But judging by the reaction of my youngest daughter, she loved that. So I am going to try it for a week, being more mindful like I am at work with my own kids, using these warmth cues, making sure I'm responding to them in a really positive manner when they are interacting with me in a way that is pro-social that I like, and just seeing how it affects my kids. So I'll tell you guys how it's going.